Good evening. This is BelGeode, and we are back with another game. Hey! All right, so tonight I am going to be giving a first look at Fragmented, which is available on Steam. Now, Fragmented is a brand new survival type game. So it's first person, I guess you'd say first person, third person, where you're placed on a planet, and of course, the objective is to try and survive. So you've got pretty much very little to no hand holding, and basically you got to try and find your way around the planet and eventually build yourself up, build your base up, all that good stuff. It can be played offline. As you can see, you've got play offline, or you can play it online. Now let me get into a little bit of the history of Fragmented before I start showing you what the game is all about. This is not the original version of the game. The game was originally called The Repopulation, and it was done by Above and Beyond Technologies, which is the development company. I want to say they're out west, probably in Seattle or someplace like that, but I don't remember exactly. Maybe they're in Chicago. I could be wrong. All right, but anyway, the Repopulation was going to be an MMORPG. It was in the style of the old Star Wars Galaxies, only with more updated graphics. And obviously, there was no Star Wars IP, but the principles were still the same. A lot of the social interaction, a lot of the crafting, and so on, borrowed heavily from that old game. However, they had a serious issue with one of the contracts. I don't remember if it had something to do with the engine that they were in or the coding, but suffice to say, back in December of 2015, they had to shut down all the alpha service for the repopulation. I did do a first look at the repopulation back when I used to live stream on Twitch on a regular basis, and I showed off a little bit of what the game itself was like, but since they had to take the servers down, obviously they had gone dark for several months. So what they decided to do, it was originally in the Hero engine, and they ported the game over to the Unreal engine, hoping that it would basically give them greater potential as far as what they can do with the game. But they had to rewrite all the code. Some of the assets were able to be ported over with no problems, and the rest of it they've basically had to do it from scratch. So for everybody who was part of the alpha access who purchased the repopulation on Steam, um, basically we were given Fragmented in our Steam library, so we did not have to buy it. If you want to buy it, I think it's like 25 bucks or something like that on Steam. Right now, not a whole hell of a lot of people know about it. I think there's probably like a core audience that used to play the repopulation that have been following the progress of the studio. And, we who have been doing that, we know about the game, but we really haven't had a chance to play it until recently. It just became available on Steam, I believe, the end of April. So, what I want to do is I want to get in there, see what has changed. I mean, obviously, with a new graphics engine, I expect the graphics to be beefed up, but with that having been said, I will also say that my computer is a little bit dated and I do need to update. So, yeah, I don't think we'll be getting a whole hell of a lot of frames per second. But with all of that being said, let's hop in there and we'll take a look at what it's like to play this particular game. All right, so they've got multiple servers, as you can see. There are currently 31 servers. As you can also see, there's not a whole hell of a lot of players in there. You see, they can hold 40 people per server. This one's got three. Southeast Asia, this one's got one person in there. We're going to go with a casual PvE server because for the purposes of this review, this first look, I kind of want to be on a server where I know I'm not going to get ganked, so I can actually explain to you what's going on. Later on, we might get into a PvP server. Let's see. This one has one person. This one has zero. You know what? We'll just go with the first one. Well, we want a shorter ping, so let's go with this one actually. This one has a 37 ping. So go ahead, click that. And it's going to do its nifty loading thing. There we go. We are now at character creation. Like I said, since they had to port everything over to Unreal, some of the items got ported over, the rest of it did not. So, to be honest with you folks, do not expect a whole hell of a lot out of the character creator right now. It is extremely minimal. As you can see, we've got body size, make you taller, make you shorter. That's essentially it. Skin color, which I'm glad that they went with that. You can make yourself light, you can make yourself dark. You know, standard fare, standard fare. My frames per second are dropping there. All right. Hairstyles. Let me see if I can move the camera here. The camera is a little wonky. You use the mouse left click to move your camera around, and moving the mouse up will move the camera down. Moving the camera down, or moving the mouse down, will move the camera up. So it's an opposite setup there. I haven't changed any of the settings in this thing just yet. Alright. The other things there, obvious. You got hair, hairstyles. You can see it cycling through all the various hairstyles. You can change your hair color. And then the same thing with the eyes. You can change the color of your iris, or you could basically set it to a light iris or a dark iris. Again, very minimal stuff here. They're just starting out. They want to make sure that this stupid thing even works. Sorry, I didn't mean to call it stupid, but you know what I mean. Alright, so for the purposes of our little demonstration, we're going to make Ghita, because I always have a Ghita. So we'll go female. You can't change the body size, so for all of you who like boob sliders, sorry, hate to disappoint you. You can change her height, so we'll make her a little bit taller. She's like 5'11", roughly. I like tall girls, what can I say? Let's see, hairstyle we can change. Let's see if we can find something that looks halfway decent here. What does that look like from the back? Let's rotate you around. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Kind of makes her look like an elf because of the way that the hair is clipping through the ears there. This is pretty much exactly the same figure or body model that they had in the Repopulation, so it looks like they were able to get this ported over. I wasn't a huge fan of the body shape and everything that they had in the Repopulation, but it does look better in this particular engine, so I'm not going to complain about it too much here. Alright, now Ghita always has red hair, so let's go ahead and fix that for her. We'll go red, all the way red. Should we make it more of a gingery? See, that's more blonde there. Let's go with right about there. Put the blue all the way to 0. Go red. More red than you can shake a stick at. And I'm not quite sure what that critter is, but I hope it don't get me. Okay, so there we go. We got a nice red head here. Let me see if I can move my mouse here to zoom in on that. So there we go. Again, very minimal stuff. Obviously, the game has not been optimized, so, you know, you really can't expect something that's in early alpha access to actually look like a finished product. But it's not too bad. Not too bad. It's certainly not Black Desert worthy as far as, you know, character creation options and whatnot, but, yeah, you get what you work with. And obviously the whole point is survive, not to stare at your character all day long, although I've been known to do that in the various games that I play. And now that I'm thinking about it, you know what, let's make her hair a little bit more red. So we'll drop the G, which will be the green. Drop that as well. There we go. We'll have it kind of a two-tone. It'll be more reddish on the top and slightly more orangish on the bottom. You know, like the hair is fading out once it reaches the tips. So that will work. I think she looks alright. Can't change your facial structure or anything like that. Again, bare bones. Bare bones. We can, however, change the iris. So I've always been partial to green eyes. Let's go ahead and put that all the way up. Drop the green down. Or the blue, I should say. We'll give it a little bit of red. There we go. Yeah, something like that. And then we'll darken the iris. There. That's actually pretty close to how I had her in the Repopulation. So yeah, that's not bad. I'm going to back the green off a little so it's not so unnatural looking. Alright, there we go. Okay, so I do believe that is what I am looking for. Yeah, she's not bad. She's not bad at all. Looks like she's got a permanent tan though, so that's nice. Okay, so we can give her a name, and hopefully nobody has taken my name. We'll go create. There we go. So, as you can expect with any survival game, it's just going to drop you in the world, and you're pretty much on your own. From the looks of it, there is a day and night cycle, so yes, it is currently nighttime. Oh wow, and there's the pod that we obviously crashed in. Frames seem to be hovering for me between about 18 and 30, so yeah, there's definitely some frame loss there, but I think I can live with it. Alright, so what are we looking at here aside from ground? Not a whole hell of a lot. If you're used to survival games, you probably already figured out the premise of this, and since it is a multiplayer server, if there were other players online, obviously we could partner up with them and figure out what we need to do to survive. Now, let's take a look at the UI here. I believe I need to press period to get my mouse out. Okay, so you got your regular hotbars on the bottom. I do not have my mouse enabled in this recording, so unfortunately you won't be able to see that. But off to the right, you've got things like your health, your hunger, your thirst, your oxygen, your temperature. Looks like Ghita's a little bit hot. Her thermometer, which is the very bottom icon there, is getting a little hot, so I'm sure nighttime is the right time here. Not quite sure why they dumped us off in our underwear, but I will go with it. Let's do a little bit of exploring here. Oh, okay, so this is similar to other games where, if something is highlighted, it means you can harvest it. I believe it is going to be the left mouse button. You've harvested twigs. Get some more twigs. A binaberry. Ah, I wonder how tasty those are. And I do not know how long it will take until this node is gone, so I'm just going to keep harvesting here. A little bit of frame rate loss. Harvested fiber. Ooh. Well, we could use some fiber. It's good for your intestines. Alright, I think I'm done with the twigs here. Okay, so we'll move on. I don't know how long the day or night cycle is in this thing. But obviously there's a critter over there, and I do not have a weapon. This could get interesting. Left mouse button, your default interaction button, so with no weapon, she's going to attack stuff. Oh, what is that over there? It looks like somebody was building something. Let's go investigate. Now you're always placed either third person behind your character or zoom in first person. Can we get some more berries? Let's get some more berries. Or sticks. Sticks are good too. Might come in handy. Twigs and stick. Okay. We are gathering food. Kind of reminds me a little of Skyrim, the way that your hands are out like that. I've not yet found a way to put your hands away. But obviously when you go back out into third person view, yeah, it looks a little bit different. From the looks of it, it looks like anything that you can build has a health bar or hit bar. Okay, so I guess that would enable other players to destroy your structures is what I'm guessing here. Alright, and it says I'm live. Why am I live? Steam, why are you broadcasting me? I didn't ask for that. So basically we're going to explore people's houses. I don't know if they can lock their house or whatnot. I guess we'll find out. I don't think I can get into this. So yeah, either they have it locked or you can't get inside if you are not the owner of said house. E. Just kind of peer inside there. Yeah, this is one of the things that they borrowed heavily from Star Wars Galaxies. Star Wars Galaxies was well known for its housing and decor. You could craft houses there, place them down pretty much anywhere in the living world. and decorate it to your heart's content. So that became like a really huge thing during the 8 years that Star Wars Galaxies was out. And I'm guessing that these devs have probably played that game at some point in time, which is why they decided to incorporate stuff like that in there. But it really contributes to the life, if you will, that this game has. So it's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Alright, let's take a look at some of the UI elements. How about I for inventory? Okay, so this is your inventory. Obviously it says you can drag items between inventory or quick bar slots or train skills by equipping or clicking on the icon next to their name. Don't show that again. So what do we have here? We got twigs. Binaberries consume for a few calories or extracted citric acid. Ooh, so you can get binaberry juice. Nice. Fiber used to create rope or other items. And sticks. That does not look like a stick. That looks more like a baton. Used to create items or as tools. So in theory, if I'm thinking about this, I might be able to equip that on my hand. No, I cannot. Alright, on the right hand side here, we've got skill points. This is basically how you're going to level up. Anything that you do in this game will give you XP, so to speak. So if you're gathering stuff or if you are fighting stuff, of course, you will go ahead and get skill points for that. So as you can see, construction, that will teach you how to craft stuff once you get to various levels. Electronics, pretty straightforward stuff here, people. Pretty straightforward. Melee, and of course it looks like once you level up in melee, you learn how to craft better weapons. So let's see if we can put some points into that there. This is a co-op server with PvP disabled. You now have 2 skill points in melee. Well, this is nice. Can I put another? You now have 3 skill points in melee. This is also nice. Okay, good deal. Ranged. We don't have any ranged weapons. Don't need that just yet. Refining. Oh, that's how we can get that citric acid. If you see under level 3 recipe there. So that's what we can do with those binaberries. Subsistence. This will obviously teach you how to cook. Let's go ahead and do that. Ghita loves to cook. Alright, and survival. I've got 2 more points left. Got survival and textiles. Okay, let's do that so that way we can make clothing. And let's do this so that way we can survive a little bit better. Ooh, sharpened stick. Woohoo, pointy stick. Love it, love it. Alright, so that is basically all of our points assigned. I don't know if we can take points out. Let me try right-clicking. No. Okay, so pretty much we gotta wait till we level up to get more points, and then we can do that. Alright, so she can fight. She can subsist, basically eating. And she can survive and make rudimentary clothing, which is good because I really don't feel like running around this place in her underwear. Speaking of which, let's take a look at the character. Holding down the middle mouse button will rotate around the character. You gotta hold it down in order to see the front of your character if you should ever want to. When you let it go, it goes back to there. Oh, that music sounds so sad. It's the world's saddest violin. Alright, so what do we have here? Let's go up the hill and do a little bit more exploring here. So from my understanding, all of this stuff is persistent. So even though we picked a server that doesn't have anybody in it, when these players log in, of course their homes and whatnot will still be here. And we just fell off the edge. Lovely. Let's go check out this house up here. In essence, it kind of reminds me also a little bit of EverQuest Next Landmark, which from my understanding, EverQuest Next Landmark is still going, but EverQuest Next has been canceled. And there's some critters up there too. I really want to try and avoid them. I don't feel like getting into combat with them just yet. Alright, so what do we have here? A tech shed and a small building. Togestel, I'm guessing that's the name of the character who owns this. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Alright. Well, can't get in there. What is all this? Oh, this must be some kind of a crafting thing. Mortar and pestle. Yes, that definitely sounds like a crafting tool. Forge. Okay, that also sounds like a crafting tool. Can I use it, or is it bound to another player? I'm pressing E to try and interact. However, it does not appear to be doing anything. So it could be one of those situations where it is bound to whichever player it is that owns it. And I will admit, since I have not played the Repopulation in a while, and obviously Repopulation no longer exists, trying to figure all of this stuff out without any kind of help is going to get interesting. So you are on an adventure, just like I am. Alright, so there were critters off to the left, so we might want to avoid those. Can I do anything with this rock? No. I can look at it. It's a pretty rock. Pretty looking rock. Okay, so let's head up the hill here. When I get up to that platform, I'll try and see if I can find some other UI elements that I can show you. Things like map or mini-map or whatnot. Iron Base, Kazdar. Okay, so apparently the player that owns this is Kazdar. I like all that glowing fruit over there. There's something about science fiction, man. You gotta have a planet that's got glowing something, whether it be fruit or trees or what have you. We're gonna take a screenshot of that. So there we go. We got Ghita's ass and glowing fruit. It's a wonderful day for jogging around in your underwear. Alright, so yes, we are on this platform. Okay, and I might make this first look be a series of videos as I wander my way through the world. Let's see. Okay, if we look on the right side of the screen, her temperature's still up, probably because she's been running around. Should be cool considering the fact that she's wearing her underwear, but look at the icon third from the bottom. That will be thirst. She's starting to get thirsty, so we're probably going to want to find some water at some point in time. Don't ask me how, just go with it. Okay, so let's hit escape. Let's see, options. Because I need to figure out what does what. Okay, game. Chat font size, we're using a 3D HUD. Okay, that's all fine. Keys. Move backward, move forward. You can use a gamepad with this. You'll notice that it does say gamepad right trigger, gamepad thumbstick, all of that good jazz there. I believe you could use vehicles. Yeah, you could use vehicles in the Repopulation. I would imagine they're planning on adding that to this. But bear in mind, this is not the full game. This is just, I guess the best way to put it is like a tech demo, a proof in concept for what will eventually be the new version of the Repopulation. So that's why it's fragmented, basically. Alright, I don't see menu commands for... Oh, well, there's camera commands, there's movement, quick bar, user interface. Okay. Toggle HUD display, Shift Z or Control Z. Okay. Bug report, always useful in a alpha. So yes, bug reports. Crafting is L. Guild manager is G. We're not in a guild, we're just starting out. Map is M. Map marker manager is Control M, and then options, which is I believe where we are, is O. Okay, so we can take a look at the L menu. We can take a look at the map, and intro help is tab. Okay, not a problem. Alright, we'll get out of there. So let's start with the map. I love maps. I'm a sucker for maps. M. Control M to open the map marker manager, and use period to toggle the mouse pointer. Okay, so this is us. Little green icon there in the center of the map. Does not appear that we have a way to move the map, because you know how some games you can point the map in whichever direction you're facing, so as you rotate around, the map itself rotates. It just looks like this is bare bones. This is the standard setup where the map's in the center and you rotate around. I am trying to see if I can move the map, but no, it appears to be a fixed structure in the center of your screen, so you cannot move the map. Now the real question is, can I zoom in? And the answer to that is also no. I cannot zoom in, it would appear. Alright, now they said something about map marker, so Control M. Okay, add, enter desired marker description and type. Custom depth marker, okay. Well, we'll go with not own structures, and we'll call it some guy's house. Yes, I'm not using an apostrophe. Deal with it. Bam. Okay, some guy's house. Marker added. Close out of that, and there we go. We now have a marker to some guy's house, which I'm guessing will come in handy as we're navigating the world, because it does not appear that we have much resources when it comes to, how we're going to get around the planet. Alright, we're still a little thirsty, and we're starting to get some hunger going too, so let's open up the inventory, and I believe I can... is it left click? Yes, left click. I ate a binaberry. Nice. However, it doesn't look like it really did anything as far as my hunger goes. My hunger still looks like it's a quarter of the way down. So I guess we'll eat the other one. We'll pick up some more later. Okay, that did something. There we go. So you do have to eat multiple times to fill up. I imagine if you have, greater food, like meat and stuff like that, then your subsistence would increase. Alright, let's see if we can find a body of water without getting killed by any animals here. Where is the ramp? There's the ramp. Okay, let's check the map real quick here. Oh, good grief. Do not show again. Okay, so apparently if we head in this direction, there is a large body of water. I can't tell because it's nighttime, and the way that this map is, it's very rudimentary. Not a huge fan of that. I think I had a problem with Repopulation's map as well. They could put a little bit more love into this to make it more user-friendly, so to speak. Alright, but we can go down the hill to that large body of water in that direction, so let's see if we can do that. A compass would also be nice to figure out where in the hell you're going. However, that does not appear to be a thing. Oh, look at the night sky. I do like that. I am a sucker for atmospheric graphics, so yes, this is pretty good. Alright, well, since the sun is coming up before she gets too hot, let's see if we can find out water here. I believe we needed to go in this direction. So pretty much back past this dude's house. I'm holding down the shift, and yes, as you can see, you will sprint. When you let go of the shift, obviously you stop sprinting. Okay, so this is that guy's tech shed. I'm assuming when you die you simply respawn, but I do not know if you actually lose items. There was something that I read that stated that on the PvP servers, if you die you will lose stuff out of your inventory. And of course you gotta do like a corpse run, so to speak, to get your stuff back. Which harkens back to a time where it was a little bit more difficult to play these kinds of games, but also pretty rewarding if you actually figured out what the heck you were doing. Okay, did we stop by this guy's house? I think we did. I don't know if I can climb. I don't think parkour is a thing in this game, just as it wasn't with the Repopulation, but I'm going to try and see if I can get up here. Man, them noises are driving me crazy, man. Holy crap. I know I'm going to get attacked by something as I'm running around here in my bikini. Looks like there's some shrubbery. Oh, look at that. That's a graphical issue. That is definitely a graphical glitch right there. We're seeing the inside of a tree. Alright, Ghita, can you grab that, please? Gooberries! Nice! And twigs. More twigs. Oh, gooberries. What are they, African? It's like Dr. Mofungo up in here. Alright, I'm just going to harvest a bunch of this stuff because I need it to survive, and eating is good. Pig is very good. Okay, I think I have enough Nagu berries. Oh, Nagu, you've done it again. Can I get up here? Holy hell, I can. Oh, look at that! All of a sudden, I just went from strange new planet to Wyoming. That is awesome. Alright, where am I on the map? Almost to the lake. Very good, very good. Okay, there is our lake. Here is somebody's wooden hut. And all of a sudden my frames just went into the crapper. Wow. Okay then. Can I get in there? Hello, sir? Sir? I guess there's no one home. I don't want to knock on their door like a Jehovah's Witness or something. Oh, this is nice. This is rather rustic. I like this. Okay, so we're here by the water. Come on, Ghita, work with me here. My frames are definitely going into the crapper, so obviously there is an issue with water in this game. So we seem to have been fine when we were in that little forest. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the water because I have heard that you don't actually have to drink it to get rehydrated, so I'm guessing it's like an osmosis type deal. If you are thirsty, swimming is a good way to get a drink. Use Q to dive down and E to rise back up. If you spend too much time underwater, unable to breathe, you may drown. Well, that is good to know. Alright, so we are in the water. Ghita, let's see how you swim. Oh, not too shabby. I like the fact that the, what do you call that? The texturing and the coloring, all of that changes. Okay, so let's try swimming. And you can see on the right hand side her water icon is going up. Now if we dive down, which I believe they said is Q, her oxygen, which is the second from the bottom, should go down because obviously she's holding her breath. I'm not seeing it move just yet, so I can either assume that means she can really hold her breath for a long time, or it's not working right. Could be that too. But we are definitely rehydrated, so let's see if we can go ahead and head back to the other side. Pop back up so that way she's not breathing underwater here. Little bit of graphical inconsistency there. And I do like the fact that after you let go the W, A, S, and D, your character still moves for a little bit before stopping. I think that is pretty cool. Now, I would imagine if she stays in the water for a long period of time, then it would also help to lower her temperature, because you can see her body temperature. See, there we go. You're no longer cold. You feel hot. Alright, and let me see if I can get rid of this thing. Don't show again. There we go. Okay, so we're still going to do a little bit more exploration. However, because I want to keep these videos relatively short, I'm going to cut this into like a part 2, part 3, and so on and so forth. I'm not sure how long I will do it, but I will try to go through all of the things that I think people would be interested in seeing about this game. So, let's find a nice safe spot. Luckily, there's no critters over here, but the FPS is dropping into the toilet. I'm thinking this little wooden platform here should suit my purposes just nicely. I do like the shading and the shadows on her skin. That is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and turn around here. And we'll take a good look at her. And I do notice something. The green eyes that I created for her in character creation did not persist. So that is obviously a bug. I'm not sure if Above and Beyond Technologies is aware of that, but might be something I will need to file a bug report on. Alright, but I'm going to cut this video right here. This is BelGeode. I am playing Fragmented, which is formerly the Repopulation, in a brand new game engine, in the Unreal Engine. This is early access, available on Steam right now. Purchase it for like 25 bucks if this is the kind of thing you're into. I got mine free because I had already purchased the Repopulation. But anyways, I will be right back and I'll show you a little bit more about this game and we'll see if we can get into some trouble. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, and I'll talk to you in a few. Ciao.